If you think Pugna is a healing support like Oracle, you're wrong. Today, I'll show you how to play that hero and win your games under 30 minutes. There are many guides on YouTube about Pugna, but most of them are basically describing what you can read yourself in ability descriptions. In today's guide, I want to give you a full breakdown on how you're supposed to play Pugna, where to be on the map, how to be efficient, and why certain items are better than the others. I will teach you how to win your lanes, take towers, and win game early. I will also talk about some tips and tricks you can use on that hero, as I believe this is one of the best heroes you can pick to climb MMR, always reliable no matter the patch. Let's get into it. First of all, I want to talk about what is making Pugna a strong laning hero. What makes him better than most of the heroes is a combination of few things you should abuse. You've got 630 attack range, good base damage, and with some stat items, 4 armor. On top of that, he has 330 movement speed, one of the best in the game, while still being a range hero. If it wasn't enough, you also have an AoE nuke that you can secure the range creeps with. The combination of these things mean you can dominate your lanes like no other hero, so make sure you abuse that. You are supposed to right click enemies a lot and kite away when they run at you. Position wise, I think it's perfectly fine as 4 or 5, although I prefer it as position 4. The game plan does not change depending on your position, it's still generally the same. You've got both lanes secure and movement speed to rotate, and for that reason, this is one of the best flex supports you can pick in both roles. The general plan is quite simple, and that is what makes this hero so reliable. Your laning stage is great, and after you get your levels, you should aim to destroy every tier 1 tower you can. Your blast, maxed out, deals 208 damage to a building, and you can cast it outside the tower range, without any bonus cast range. That means as soon as you're level 7, you should aim to be in position to blast enemy towers, hopefully with the creep wave. By being in position, it also means you need to be topped up with resources, especially mana. And mana is the only problem of Pugna, which is quite funny considering your spells don't cost that much and you've got literally the best in-game in Dota. For that reason, I strongly suggest rushing either lens after your mana boots. I used to do different builds and I still do sometimes, but I think Ether Lens is by far the best first item you can get. First of all, it gives you both mana pool and cast range. With mana, you've got HP as you will use your ultimate to heal you. Secondly, it allows you to both push, farm and also save people better. As you are a low HP hero, you mostly want to stay far away. Getting Glimmer is fine, other items are fine, but eventually you will come to the realization that despite Lens being somewhat a luxury item, it's everything you need. As for the towers, level 3 blast is usually good enough to start casting it on them. By that time, you should aim to get arcanes, and with them, blast tier 1s. Generally, the most valuable tower you can get is the enemy safe lane tower, kicking their carry out of the lane. For that reason, I find playing Pugna as a 4 little bit better. You start on the lane you want to push the most, and around the cuttable timing you can already start blasting the towers. Back to itemization. I feel like what most people don't get, and this is not only connected to Pugna, is lining up your items with what you want to do in a game. Pugna is a mid-game hero. You are very good at taking towers and generally taking objectives. Tormentor or Roshan, you both deal damage to them and also heal the target that is taking them. With that in mind, your hero falls off a lot in the later stages of the game. Nullifier is something that you struggle against a lot, as you usually will be number 1 target for enemies. That means you would love to end the games early, as you both have the tools to do that, and also urgency as your hero is better in the mid game. That's why I'm a big fan of Solar Crest on this hero. First of all, it gives you all the stats you need: HP, mana pool and movement speed. Secondly, the barrier you provide is great. It not only defends your carry, but also you provide him attack speed. If you position yourself well, you would rather give your carry a physical damage barrier and attack speed, a perfect combo for sieging towers and generally attacking, than magic damage barrier and invisibility that is broken by attacking. On top of that, There's one more thing that makes Solar Crest a good item compared to the others. It's way better cast range, something that you already know is important on Pugna. Don't get me wrong, Glimmer is a great item for Pugna. You can use the barrier to not lose HP while healing an ally, but I find it overrated compared to what Solar Crest gives you. From the macro perspective, if you can use Solar on a teammate that wants to get in and attack, it's by far the better choice than just using a Glimmer on him. In a way, it's an offensive item, even though it provides a barrier. As for Glimmer, you've got yet another save. With your W and ultimate, I don't think you lack them a lot. If there's no good crest target in your team though, feel free to get Glimmer. I also find Shard being really underrated by players. First of all, you're really good at taking Tormentor, as you both deal damage to it and provide a body that doesn't care about reflection damage. Secondly, it allows you to cast the ward and therefore your ultimate from further range. Level 2 ultimate with your shard deals about 180 damage to every hero target or illusion in range. With how your ultimate works, I don't want you to always play for saving with it. First of all, it puts you in a difficult spot. You're both losing HP to heal an ally and also putting an even bigger bounty on your head. Using ultimate on enemies is healing you, and with level 2 ultimate, in 4 seconds you will deal 1000 damage and heal yourself to full in the process. Do not underestimate that, and generally think about what wins you the teamfight. Your general game plan goes as follows. Win your lane with attacks, securing range creep. Try to siege enemy safe lane tower as soon as possible, and when you hit level 7, and if the tower is still standing, you can even do it from the trees. After that, aim to hit remaining tier 1 towers, while keeping yourself and your core stocked up with resources. Item build is Magic Wand, Arcanes, Ether Lens into Solar Crest, getting Tormentor, Roshan, and then possibly sieging high ground. Aim to finish the game early, but if it's not possible, keep in mind you can teamfight with your shard. That would be the ideal plan. If you can't end the game early, or generally you won't be able to group up, you can get Glimmer as your second item. As we got this part behind us, now let me give some tips and tricks about Pugna that do not fit into the guide part. Your blast by level 2 puts range creeps in deny range. That means if you ever decide to use it on enemies under a creep wave, keep in mind it can grief your lane. Aim to either not to do it or time it with attacks, so you'll get the creep. Level 4 blast gets the range creep until 15 minutes. After that, you will need a bonus attack or Searing Signet to get it. For neutral items, cast range is by far the best choice. Do not ever upgrade your tier 2 item if you got the cast range on it, unless you can get even more. This stat is by far the most important on Pugna, as you can see with the Ether Lens segment. If you're not given the choice, generally GPM, mana regen or HP in that order would be my choices. Always keep some clarities, even in the mid game. You also enjoy having raindrops. Be very aware of Mars interaction. If he has the Bloodsport facet, you will find yourself unable to cast spells during the arena in some games. Why? It's bugged, but nobody in Valve cares, so it's been like that for a year or so. You can use Decrep on your Nether Ward. It's especially good with Shard if you want to keep it alive. You can also, for some reason, use it on Tombstone, which makes a very nasty combo. For the talent choices, I suggest skipping level 10 talent until you know that in teamfights your ward will be focused, and by that time you get that +2 hits. That means after you max out the ward, which I usually suggest, you get some levels in Decrep, and depending if you are aiming to teamfight a lot, you can get the point in talent around that time. At level 15, you always take HP, and at level 20, I usually get Drain Heal, as Decrep can sometimes grief your cores, and 3.5 seconds is usually enough. Pugna is a great hero to play, as it teaches you how to play high level macro game. It allows you to take towers early, control the map, and get objectives, so it's way easier to control the game that way instead of just being part of it. I feel like this hero is widely misunderstood, as a lot of people think Pugna is a healing bot like Oracle. That's not true. You can deal a lot of damage, take towers, and completely dominate lanes, something that way too many people don't do. I'm hoping this guide will help you understand how to play this hero, as it's one of the heroes that got me to 10k MMR. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in comments, and also keep in mind that I have a full Pugna replay with commentary on my channel. If you are interested in private coaching, reach out to me on Discord. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more educational content, and as always, see you!